Good day everyone. So for this video, I will be discussing about the basic principles for the treatment of prisoner. So let's proceed. So all prisoners shall be treated with the respect due to their inherent dignity and value as human beings. So it's stated here that kanakunong every prisoner sa every facility or sa institution, they deserve daw nga they deserve nga they will be treated well as a respect and as a human beings. Next is there shall be no discrimination on the grounds of race, color, sex, language, religion, political or other opinion, national or social origin, property, birth or other status. So meaning every prisoners wala kailangan walay discrimination kabahin sa ilahang color, sa ilang panit, either black or white, and also including their languages and religion. So it is however desirable to respect the religious beliefs and cultural precepts of the group to which prisoners belong whenever local conditions to require. The responsibility of prisoners for the custody of prisoners and for the protection of society against the crime shall be discharged in keeping with the state, other social objectives, and its fundamental responsibilities for promoting the well-being and development of all members of society. Except for those limitations that are demonstrably necessitated by the fact of incarceration, all prisoners shall retain the human rights and fundamental freedoms set out in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and where the states concerned is a party, the International Covenant on Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights, and the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, and the optional protocol thereto, as well as such other rights as are set out in other United Nations covenants. All prisoners shall have the right to take part in cultural activities and education aimed at the full development of the human personality. So in every prisoners, they kailangan daw nga naa sila rights to take cultural activities and education that provided in every institutions. Because it can help them to develop their human personality. Efforts addressed to the abolition of solitary confinement as a punishment or to the restriction of its use should be undertaken and encouraged. Conditions shall be created enabling prisoners to undertake meaningful, remunerated employment which will facilitate their reintegration into the country's labor market and permit them to contribute to their own financial support and to that of their families. Prisoners shall have access to the health services available in the country without discrimination on the grounds of their legal situation. So, pud ko no ang prisoners sa every kanang mga facilities, like for example New Bilibid prison and ana, ang prisoners kay they also have the rights to take access every health services available in every in the country kung asa sila na belong or asa sila country nga na confined without discrimination in the grounds and also for their legal situation. With the participation and help of the community and social institutions, and with the due regard to the interests of the victims, favorable conditions shall be created for the reintegration of the ex-prisoner into society under the best possible conditions. The above principles shall be applied impartially. Next is we have the release of prisoners good conduct time allowance or GCTA. So I will be discussing about this. So let's proceed to Republic Act 10592. So was enacted in 2013, amending Republic Act 3815 or the revised penal code RPC. The law increased the GCTA of prisoners to be credited in the services of their sentence. Last June, the Supreme Court ruled the law that should apply or retroactively. So kaning release conduct good conduct time allowance or GCTA, these are the para ni sa mga low minors nga kanang mga low minors nga mga crime or mga suspect ba. So they will receive this GCTA program para if they showed good conduct or nagpakita sila nga maayo nga pambinuhatan sulod sa institution or during their confinement in the prison. But what exactly is GCTA? Can all prisoners benefit from it? Here are 4 things you should know. So, what is good conduct time allowance? So, good conduct time allowance or GCTA is a sentence reduction provision afforded prisoners who show good behavior. So, as I have said earlier, a kaning good conduct time allowance or GCTA is for sentence reduction uh, who every prisoners nga nagpakita nga they showed good behavior inside the prisoners, and also napakita nga maayo sila or naa sila pinagbago, and if they are deserved to go back in the community, so they will be given a good conduct time allowance or the sentence reduction in their ng ilahang sentensya. It has been in existence in 1906 Act 1533 provided for the diminution of sentences imposed upon prisoners in consideration of good conduct and diligence. Citing 1908 decision, the CS or the Supreme Court said the law served a double purpose: to encourage the convict in an effort to reform and to induce habits of industry and good conduct in the person beyond one's sentence and aid discipline various jails and penitentiaries. 24 years later, the RPC, a legal code governing crimes and their punishments, was signed into law incorporating good conduct time allowance for any prisoners, any penal situations. So what is Republic Act 10592 and how does it work? So in May 2013, then President Benigno Noynoy Aquino III signed Republic Act 10592, amending Article 29, 94, 97, 98, and 99 of the revised Penal Code, which sought to first, expand the application of the GCTA to those under preventive imprisonment or those detained prior and during criminal trial who are deemed too dangerous for release, increase the number of days that may be credited for GCTA, allow an additional sentence deduction of 15 days for each month of study, teaching, or mentoring service, and expand the special time allowance for loyalty and make it applicable to those under preventive imprisonment. Who can benefit from the law? So inmates who display good behavior and have no record of breach of discipline or violation of prisoner or prison rules and regulations may be eligible for GCTA according to the Bucor Operating Manual as cited in the Supreme Court decision. The IRR of Republic Act 10592 defines good behavior as the conspicuous and satisfactory behavior of a detention or convicted prisoner consisting of active involvement in rehabilitation programs, productive participation in authorized work activities or accomplishments of exemplary deeds, coupled with the faithful obedience to all prison, jails, rules, and regulations. Over the past year, Sanchez was found to have violated jail policies according to the reports of Philastar.com. In 2006, a complaint was filed against Sanchez for allegedly possessing shabu and marijuana. In 2010, a kilo of shabu worth 1.5 million was discovered in one of the Blessed Virgin Mary statues inside his cell. 5 years later, an air conditioner, flat screen television, and refrigerator were seized from his cell. Sanchez also tested positive for illegal drug use according to a Bucor report. So who are excluded from the law? Recidivists or those who have been convicted previously twice or more times of any crime. Habitual delinquents, escapes, and persons charged with heinous crimes are excluded from this coverage according to Section 1 of Republic Act 10592. The law as well as RPC revised penal code, however, does not define what constitutes as a heinous crime. Under Republic Act 7659 or the Death Penalty Act, heinous crimes are grievous, odious, and hateful offenses, and which by reason for their inherent or maintained wickedness, viciousness, atrocity, and perversity, and repugnant and outrageous to the common standards and norms, to decency and morality in a just, civilized, and ordered society. So the Death Penalty Act, which was repealed in 2006, classified murder and rape as a heinous crimes that may be punishable by death. So in the year of 2006 daw, the death penalty kay na repealed na siya, which is every crime, or like for example the murder and rape was considered as a heinous crime and that may be punishable by death penalty. So in 1995, Sanchez and 6 others were sentenced to 7 terms of reclusion perpetua for the brutal rape and murder of a University of the Philippines, Los Baños student Eileen Sarmenta, and for the torture and murder of Alan Gomez, another student 2 years prior. Under the revised penal code, the maximum detention period is 40 years, regardless of the number of terms that one must serve. This means Sanchez will serve only 40 years in prison at most, even he was sentenced to 7 terms of life imprisonment. In 1996, the court convicted Sanchez and 3 others of double murder of father and son Nelson and Rickson Peñalosa. Sanchez was already in jail then for the rape slay of Sarmenta and killing of Gomez, according to Inquirer. In 1999, the Supreme Court affirmed the lower court's ruling against Sanchez for the Sarmenta, Gomez rape slay, and the Peninsula slay cases. So that's all for this video. Thank you very much.